and Tabson kind of look like brothers.
Not in the server though. They're going to be killers against each other. Okay, they're going to be coming for each other's heads, out calling each other. Here we saw God B in the interview say they played against each other a lot, and Spirit are not fun to play against. So not exactly the most riveting review of their competition here today, but cool to get a first official match between them.
Searson, nice and easy. 2 taps into Patsi and Siren. And man, we've got a question mark hanging above the head of Patsi. This is somebody who, across the big events for Team Spirit last season, was hugely impactful. Kicked off this event at the start of the year with minimal impact. He's reclaimed it a little bit, had a couple high-fragging moments, but it is still problematic for Spirit, especially here in a 3v5 where magixx has his head popped. Get Crimboed. Wonderful still up in heaven, trying to join Chopper on this A-split, but it is concise pistol kills coming out of big.
Yeah, very nicely done. Searson, that's the Searson we're getting today. Then we've got a great match coming up. Who do you favor? Like, just because there's no history here.
Man, I'm someone who at the start of the event said Spirit into playoffs.
Yeah.
I think I favor big.
Think you favor big? Wow, yeah. I get it.
The Anubis map 3?
It's like you almost can't rely on Spirit based on what we've seen.
Yep.
And Big have actually had some games where they looked above their level recently, even though also inconsistent.
It occurred a couple times between the majors as well for Spirit, where like at the majors we got to see what their true potential really was, and that was wonderful. Or it was great. They were all great.
Yes, especially wonderful.
You know what I mean. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's hiccups here and there. Whereas Big, man, systemically, I'm liking what I see. I do think that the analysts' point of, you know, a map pool being problematic at the moment is true, but they're starting to find their foot on Anubis, and we'll see what they've got in store for us here on Nuke.
And I believe in a game plan when they say they have a good one. I feel like they don't just say that for no reason.
No, they wouldn't.
And yeah, if things haven't been fun in scrims, that's one thing, but sometimes you come in a little overconfident because your scrims have gone too well. And of course, I'm sure Scrim Patsi is just a different animal, so let's see. Bigger locked in, ready to end the hopes of Spirit. Good start to the match. Let's let the rifles begin.
Flashing himself through, Favin up above. Clean with the MP9, gets a kill and an assist, and Chopper should be added to that, but Siren finds his timing out from Hut. We've got an answer back from Spirit, A-site compromised. An eventual flank coming through from the ramp room, but they're going to take that ladder downstairs, and that should and will draw Searson back towards the B site. Very tough fight for him to take with the MP9, at least clears close, knowing nobody's there. Chopper's going to quickly move over towards Dark. Wonderful turns attention into Secret, and he connects to Tabson's head. That could be the kill that turns this one upside down. Searson going to silently skate by along the rafters, and Chopper, he's not going to move a damn muscle.
I could jump down the clock, but there's no control side player from the CT side. Crimbo, oh, has he forgotten about this? He's not usually the type. Time is running out, and they're in the site. This is very awkward.
There's Searson.
And they just forget about Chopper ultimately. So Team Spirit quickly onto the board. Good rotation downstairs. Bit of an overextension from Keto, I would say, on upper. That attack would have continued forward on upper into him if he had stayed there. But instead, they opened up vent. No rotations lower. Caused them huge pains. Such a good start here, actually. 5v3.
Still slipped away. Big. Not the best states after that one. Of course, to start their event, we had Chopper top fragging versus Greyhound on Nuke. Crazy T-side out of him. Very aggressive. I feel like, you know, versus the likes of Big, he may be running into more competition, but we'll have to keep eyes on it. magixx out to the vent.
Not silent dropping here. No gun being spotted. Oh, the flash comes out for magixx to look, and he will see.
Just sees a little sliver of Keto's legs. Crimbo, crosses paths but it's actually the second player in Secret to pick up the kill, so I feel like that could have gone south real quick.
Ooh, is he not going to smoke this? Okay, Siren will throw it out now.
You gotta.
3 players on the other side of the smoke.
All
Honestly, you wait out the danger, you're in a good spot.
Flash through, but Siren looking away from it. Gets hit through. Still hunting for his entry in the A site. Favin wants to get out of the corner. We've got 2 rifles outside of main. But we've got Team Spirit now with footing in the bomb site. They'll plant under heaven while it's mollied, and all the while Big just fall back.
Yeah, they got 3 good guns. They had 2 pistols coming in, so happy to take this and wait. Team Spirit with a solid round. Nice and calm. A couple of small openings. Spirit aren't a perfect team. They make some mistakes. Same can be said for Big. More mistakes than some of the other top competition here. Both very capable of upset, so should create for, foster the best possible situation for a match.
Talk to me about magixx.
magixx was, well, in 2022, I think the stat was that he was the most improved player on LAN of anyone in the Tier 1 across 22, and it's kind of quiet with him because he just plays anchor on some sites. He's good for refrags here and there, and he's not taking a ton of opening duels. He's not as flashy as Patsi or Wonderful, but he is certainly supposed to be the 3rd best player on the team, and sometimes it feels like the 2nd best player right now. Oh, there's some massive damage here. Patsi already down to 6 HP. Loves anime more than Finland. We know that about magixx.
That is truthful. Once upon a time, kicked over a chair.
He's an angry man.
When he wants to be.
Yes. You don't want to be on the other side of his rage. As cute as he looks.
Crimbo here supporting Searson's op. Ooh, jump over. Siren gets tagged.
He's playing with confidence, though.
Yeah, right? Careful, man.
Thought he got that opper back. No, Searson's coming forward. Well, that's the call out of the round right here. Armaments are starting to reinforce upper. Utility comes down. Searson finds his kill. It's a good round from Searson.
Sure enough, deep shot into Chopper. Patsi barely alive at this point, so Team Spirit, 30 seconds, 3 players outdoor. Keto can't see him from Mustang, but Tabson stops the first one. The little that was left because of that op damage in from Searson versus Siren. Searson then picks up another kill, so the AWP, a big part of the problem here for Spirit. They're going to fizzle out this round, and not very inspiring. Little ramp contact gets turned away. Squeaky contact gets turned away. Spirit forced to save.
And that is the dangerous game you play when you try to shy someone off a position. If you didn't show up, they wouldn't have pushed. But if you don't bluff properly, then they will push. And when they do push, well, the round's over and you don't even know it because they're just pushing in behind you. So that one's really all about Searson and how aggressively he played that, actually. Even after his op goes on cycle, he kept full vision and then moved into trophy, took a shot on lobby. And you like to see that from Searson, man. Another inconsistent piece of the puzzle right now in 23.
Here we go. Where they ended the last round, but this time out with conviction. magixx, he and his teammate will make it down, but the 3rd player in Wonderful cut off from the pack. See what the protocols are for Big. Can they scramble downwards, keep him off site, keep him off plant? Bomb's going to be going down, of course, with magixx up ahead of it. Patsi on the late lurk outer. There's 2 CTs to take. Ooh, he gets the first and able to get back into the cover. This is going to occupy Keto. Patsi,
ooh.
Big headshot on that 2nd kill. Suddenly takes the wind out of the retake. They can't split out from Secret. Searson will, however, find the kill outdoors.
Rotations are a little slow. I don't think you can adequately account for the lurk in through vent just by watching it and spamming. And I think more often than not, I mean, take teams like G2 and FaZe, They're using Secret very often, Heroic. They're using Secret very often. They're dropping Vent in the early round very often because sometimes it's not good enough to just call the timing. There's just too much pressure on your ramp guy to make an early move, and then for somebody from outside to be in position, ready to pick up ramp as he goes down, and then you still only have one person there. Whereas if you start inside a Vent or you're going for a Secret play, then your outside guy can also be your lower guy, you know, and worry about outside a little bit later on. So I think that's why teams are using that a little bit more often, and Big, in terms of rotations, have been caught off like this a lot on their Nuke game. So I think Spirit should actually keep putting pressure towards Squeaky. And yeah, Nuke is all about the decent rotation, so keep testing outside as well.
Absent has at times cut a player off here. Ooh, damn, Patsi.
I don't think that smoke did as much as
he had hoped for.
Yeah.
Definitely not as much as he needed it to. But magixx also dropped to 12 HP, so not an ideal start to the round for Spirit. And it cost Big barely anything. We're going to get the ramp test coming through. Chopper could just creep up along that wall, or he could have unnoticed. Now Crimbo's change in position.
And I think Crimbo throws that nade so that it doesn't seem like he would have moved off of that spot. Nice little detail for him. Maybe the re-execute is about to take place, crossing the 50-second mark. Tabs in smoke in hand.
Crimbo wants to fight here. Ooh, Chopper. He's going to give it to him. Keto's got the trade immediately. Attention still coming in towards ramp. What's the rotate out of the CTs? Still just playing on the A floor. Nobody to get down vent just yet.
Yeah, they can't even comfortably smoke off Squeaky so that they can get down there safely. So they're just beholden to how the T's want to play it. Now, at least, okay, Tabson's here and Decon.
And Spirit kind of stall.
Yeah, they don't even have nades actually to get down there.
And then they lose their Hut player in magixx, and presumably they wanted to come in for the split, but without him, that's just gross.
It's a bit gluey.
Ooh.
Okay, didn't see Tabson's rotation, so at least he was ready to help out downstairs. Maybe he took a risk and went down the vent. I'm not entirely sure.
I can only assume. I also saw Searson floating outside, but I don't think he ran down Secret that fast, so must have been a quick vent drop.
They do a good job getting molly damage, first of all, on Squeaky. And I want to assume Spirit just made a mistake there because it looked like they tried to smoke it, but to smoke it where it lands on the right side and opens the left side, and maybe it didn't extinguish it properly. It's finicky sometimes.
I'm so happy that Goffy came back and is now head coach.
He looks amazing as a coach.
He's constantly energetic.
Always
exciting,
has ideas.
Undeniable knowledge for the game.
Yeah.
You know, it's the kind of person where I'm sure he was helpful when he was just the analyst, but it's just, and you know, no shade to Toby.
Or dude.
Goffy just lives CS, and you see that in his coaching, and I really do rate that attribute highly. Especially when some of the other guys on Big are just, you know, a little clammy. Flash out versus Crimbo. Ooh! Good first kill plus damage. It's enough to cause Spirit to hesitate.
Spirit having time trouble in a couple of these last rounds. Sort of hard to see exactly what they want to do sometimes. Oh, and the Searson push comes in again.
Just missed it.
I think he... Yeah, it's still fine for... Oh, no, the shots missed. They'll let him escape, though. They're scared of him. They think maybe a rifle supporting. 50 seconds. Late smoke comes up. That's good info from Searson once again.
Definitely could have gone worse.
Half HP Searson is not really a big deal here for Big. He has an op.
So it'll be the full-blown exec into the upper site.
Nothing worse than doing exec that, well, is now one of your only options. Searson will come join forces here upstairs.
CT's put Hut
my God.
on fire, and Keto wants to get in on Hut. So if they go for that vent drop into the B play, Searson trying to stop him. It's a deep cross from Wonderful, denied. And the A-site defense looking to hold strong. Another moment where Spirit seemed to have an idea in the final few seconds, but then by the 15 seconds left have already lost too much to justify following through. Chopper doesn't press out because his two teammates die, and Patsi doesn't try to come through because they know that this one's just being ejected.
Yeah. Being
rejected by Big. A-site does not crumble.
The way I would characterize it is that they had one option because of the time, and Searson created that, gave them that option, left them that option on the table, and they knew that they were going to run into a hard site to take over, and Searson met them there anyways. So as far as I'm concerned, Searson's just been winning this half. For this, oh my god, the prescience. He's just been winning this half right now. He's controlling the tempo. We see that ramp, and denying ramp and trying to get a kill in ramp is a huge part of the game plan for Spirit, but it's such a thin, it's just, it feels like there's not much else going into the rounds outside of that. Not seeing huge threats outside, maybe that'll change. Feels like Spirit just desperately trying to cause chaos so they can just go back to upper hits. But they're getting withered down along the way.
They do have a couple players pressed outside main, but Searson on high alert because of the presence. Galil finds its home. Tapson, at this distance with the A1S, it's still nice and easy.
Look how many riflers they have ready to be responsible for each other outside.
Picking up all the slack they have to. Siren pinned into the corner with the Glock. Favin ready for that re-peek out of magixx. So even the closest assistance is rejected yet again.
Yeah,
Ooh, that was a great high five.
Yeah, you heard that clap.
Yeah,
perfect
that was,
palm to palm.
I mean, that's how it's 16-3 with a high five like that.
63. Yeah, the CT side is rolling, bro. They look good. I think everything's going right. The game plan is perfect. Disrespect ramp, push ramp, take kills here. One gap is definitely squeaky, maybe vent drops for Spirit, but they do not look comprehensive right now at all. They look like they're reacting to information, always a little bit too late, playing Big's game. They're not getting the rotations they want. Maybe they should focus on establishing some outside presence first in a lot of these rounds, or trying to abuse the fact that Big have been doubling down on ramp, not secret, you know? Most of the time, because of the amount of secret starts, you have equal amount of secret pressure from the T side, but both teams are foregoing it. That only favors the CTs.
We're having a grand old time so far this half. Tapson. Oh, man, as if Spirit needed anything else to go poorly. They lose Siren at the start of this. We get the wall of smokes for the cross. Searson.
They try to implore both things here. Fail on one.
Doesn't pull the trigger, but we've already got Crimbo downstairs, I believe. Yeah, that's where he picks up the magixx frag. So sure, Spirit, they get something going. A slice of success in secret control.
It's Big just one step ahead again.
A very fluid CT side, always on the move. Crimbo sees him. He's got the util and the procedures to fall back safely into sight.
So many numbers here with ramp control as well. Good luck, Team Spirit.
So tough to get a player like Crimbo off this position. Door opens. Now he knows he is indeed compromised. Which side gets emphasized? It's 2 out from Decon. 1 out through double. Tapson has to reel back. Searson goes real deep. And then Patsy's able to at least punish another. Patsy, double kill now, looking good. But Favin's got the response back from Decon. Patsy locked into the dark corner. Favin just way too sharp.
Wow, very nicely done from Favin. Actually, it became a winnable situation out there from Patsy. That's good luck for sure. 7-3 here for Big. I mean, it's 3v5. I think Crimbo's spot was fine for a second, but he really committed hard. He could have, you know, just sat top site behind Clock and been very comfortable, but had full faith in his team here. So, hey, Patsy finds an opening. But Searson, he's been running rotations, man. I really like that. He knows exactly what kind of space he can take most of the time. He's not dying on the way there. I think that's only his second death this game. Third. He's 10-3.
Damn. Searson pops off, you've got problems.
And unfortunately, I feel like, you know, my call was try squeaky pressure, try outside pressure, and then what happens? Big just jump right to that because they've done enough work on the ramp. They haven't had to double up in this round, the last round. so maybe a window was missed. But this is a big find. 5v4 early, clean, no damage take. Oh.
And almost a free kill back. Whew. One more bullet out of Favin. magixx is a dead man.
magixx will die on if this approach is careful from Favin.
Finds a little piece of safety. Just a smidge to hang on with, and gets back up over top. They're going to think this is clear. Favin, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Tons of damage, but neither kill. Look at the health on the majority of Team Spirit. I mean, this is still one of those rounds that could be swept away. Perfect nade goes down, but the plant is also there. If that had stopped the plant, feels like incredibly recoverable.
It's a shame you make a move like Favin did. Just ninjaing onto the door, getting back onto the roof of hut when the double molly comes in, and yet still you fluff the spray. Siren and magixx so low. I think they also did tons of damage to magixx as Favin was just about to clear into that corner. But damage is not enough.
Spirit find a fourth.
Well, they have a good first kill outside at the very least to set him up for a successful outcome. I think Big will be too pressed about this situation.
Siren always looks like he's thinking so hard.
I wish I had more thoughts in my head.
Trying to figure out what the hell they need, but it's the wonderful AK entry. Damn, all that damage. And the nade just half a second too late.
Yeah, if they had to replant that bomb, maybe.
Maybe. Of course, Favin, if he gets one of those kills, feels like they could take a chance in the retake attempt, but you know Big. They calculate well. They're going to come in with a nice fresh buy and pressure outdoors.
And again, look at Searson. He knows exactly when to peek again. He's been taking repeats, but honestly, he's right every time. There's no one there. They're falling back.
They're going to try to go smash into the ramp room. Instead, we've got Crimbo on the hold. Crimbo also knows, I think, how to play ramp properly, when to engage, when to fall back, and he does it excellently in this case. Oh, but wonderful. He can sense the flanking coming, and Keto gets snapped by that AK headshot. So Team Spirit now have fought for a little bit more respect and presence, and Big are just going to let them do their thing.
Looks like the round ends B here.
Util to prove it. Smoke out from double. Crimbo's position now known. T's don't have to press the issue on B. There's still time for elsewhere. But they're laying down their own util.
30 seconds.
The commitment comes in. Siren. Very nice headshot versus Crimbo.
He doesn't have much time on the smoke, actually. Oh, and he dies anyways. But Favin picks one off.
That was in ramp.
Yeah, where is our other...
Finished magixx. Bomb plant on the left side of the silo. Searson not going to be able to stop that one. Chopper finds the safe plant. They know, of course, both CT's positions. So do Big take this chance, or do they take the save?
Sure, yeah, if they can really, just because of this op. So they'll sit back. Ooh, Siren. That opening towards clock, that's the big one.
So clean.
They could have let him in that spot. Of course, you risk getting mollied, so you do have to test them every once in a while to make sure you don't get mollied out of your spot, because you can't jump off, you will die. Then you can peek from both sides of ramp, but it's a clean shot on one shoulder there from Siren. So he saves the day. Team Spirit narrowly in these last couple that pulled it off. This is their map pick. SC starts are fine if you end strong.
It's another moment there where, you know, Crimbo gets some damage in. A couple players low for Spirit. But they still follow through. So 2 rounds back to back.
The opening back was wonderful in the lobby, wasn't it? As well.
Oh, dude, yeah, true. Keto getting just completely clotheslined. Patsi. He tries to crank the tempo, but it's a deep position out of Tabson in garage. Gives Keto room to wiggle into the peak versus magixx, who at this point's getting bullied, man. 1 in 10.
Yeah.
And magixx comes into this series as the highest rated Spirit player in groups. Those statistics will not hold if he can't improve this map. Silence beckons the CT into the backside. Crimbo knows something's going on, but what exactly, he's about to find out. One player decon. Does Chopper swing it?
You're hoping for a rotation kill upstairs, but no, it looks like the Siren peels off of Squeaky after seeing no one there. Searson waiting on the ramp, but it looks like he's going to join the fray after, and they don't get the kill. So he might speed up into his death. We'll see if Searson moves. Crimbo gets another dink.
That's huge. Massive damage out of Crimbo. It's one thing to get that first close, but now Wonderful's going to have to fight everybody on 14 health, and that's simply not going to happen. Siren, 15 seconds to spare. He just made some footsteps above his CT, so Big's on high alert, and Big's about to take 8.
Yeah, another great counterplay, playing back big garage. And that's a spot that's perfect for catching the mini drop. It's the exact place you want to be. The other advantage is hearing people cross into secret, even though you can't really do anything about it as much. You don't have good angles in that direction. You get info if they make noise. And it covers Heaven Wraps as well. So, and they haven't used it too often, so no surprise at this point in the game. It's Bigger catching them on more of their set tactics.
More rounds to go here. Tight game, of course. It's Searson, bro. When he decides he's had enough outside.
Yeah, he's fearsome right now.
That is his 12th kill and only 3 deaths. Feels like when he's in the right position,
yeah,
Spirit aren't getting past him.
It's a lot of opening attempts, too.
That's true. He's now 6-0 in opening kills.
Wow. They've even let him down once or twice, I want to say, after getting a clean one.
Tabson has 3 to his name as well, so between the two of them.
9 in this half.
Yes.
And only 8 rounds. I'm only saying that because, you know, it could be ecos to follow if you streak them, but they lost a couple of 4v5s.
Poor magixx again. He's just not given a chance. He's fed to the op that is Searson the Beast on the AWP.
There's this point in the round where Big just seemed happy to peek again, just
Sure.
to see if Spirit will do something, and they have been able to do damage in a couple of these spots, so they need to be a bit more careful, but I can understand Searson disrespecting that ramp play. Spirit have turned back after one bit of pressure failing a number of times.
Keto wants to get into this smoke, can still use it to hold off the mid-split. It works wonderfully. Chopper just crept up from secret, wanting to get engaged on A. 12 seconds left. If they throw the Hail Mary at this, they're going to have to fight Keto first and then the site player. But look at this, just standing still with 5 seconds. You've got 0 chance to win. Siren was waiting for the smoke to fade, and all that ends up doing is taking more money and guns out of the pockets of Spirit for their last attempt on this T side.
It's a good thing to point out. The priorities are out of whack. And again, it's foggy right now from Spirit in terms of what they want to try to do. Some of their ideas towards the end of this half have been pretty good. Big's just been way better. From the perspective of the team, I think the rotations could be worked on, definitely on CT side. Making sure lower isn't a problem in the early round. And also tightening up when they have like 5v4s, 5v3s, of course. That would also have... This feels like it should have been a 12-3 half. Spirit fought hard, but mostly individually. It doesn't feel like this is their map pick. Definitely expected a lot more out of Spirit in this game.
Wonderful, just not outshining Searson in comparison. Patsy's supposed to be your star rifler, and he too kind of muted.
Yeah, 1 round with Patsi outside.
And that's kind of been the tale of Spirit so far here in Katowice.
sure.
It's not the star power from Patsi and Wonderful that everybody was hoping for at the start of the year. Individuals who turned heads, now shaking theirs. Final chance here on the offense. AWP and an AK, so would have been a third rifle in the mix had Siren not died stranded outside the squeaky door.
CT's knows they have a significant resource advantage coming here in round 15. So they'll sit back, keep Squeaky smoked. There's no vent drop attempt this time around. And Spirit, we're hoping to exec upstairs, but again, there's really no reason for the CTs to just give them an opening on an open door. Go back outside for a second. Let's see what the complexion of this round looks like. People start to get set up. Looks like they're going to try to bust it down upstairs. Had a couple of individual airs upstairs in the holds.
Sure. Yeah,
and even these smokes, this was kind of looking for earlier. Even these smokes, at least to punish Big for not starting secret, for not watching the outside cross, to influence a rotation.
It worked.
To pull people up. Yeah, even without people actually crossing, it's a huge punish for not playing secret.
Yeah, Favin gave up his top hut position. Instead, now just has to tuck in behind vent. And it keeps Tabson preoccupied down beneath on B. So 30 seconds remaining in this T side. And Team Spirit will meet Molotovs as they try to exit. Smoke comes out from the back site. Oh, he's burning. Favin has to fight there. Keto's got a couple lined up, but magixx gets his second kill of the half. That's it. It could be a critical trade. Patsy's Tech 9 connects out from hut. He's going for the gun, and Crimbo goes for the kill. 7 seconds. Bomb will be planted, no doubt, but woof, does it come close. And now Tabson given a chance to clutch. From the depths of the B site to the flank of lobby. Patsi holds this line on the AWP. magixx is half health, and then Chopper on a second op already posted. Clean kill. And now if Patsi drops this chance, we're talking about a Tabson gunning for the bomb site, but of course he will land it. It's a 6th sprinkled in from Spirit. Not the most inspiring T side, but we'll see what their defense has in store.
G2 will have plenty of cash for the buy after saving so heavily. I think here on Nuke, I'm really looking at this as a Nico versus Rain matchup on Yard. They were the two best players in the world at playing Yard last year. Nico had a 1.55 CT rating on Nuke, and Rain's was a 1.41. They were so far above any other rifler on this map. And the fact they go head-to-head in that position is going to be so intriguing to watch. Rain got the better of him on the pistol, but now it's into the gun round, the real meat and potatoes. Nico can win maps by himself on Yard, man. He can entry there like crazy sometimes. But he's up against Rain. Ooh, warning shot onto Rain there.
Sign of things to come, perhaps. Daddy, back on the server. Congratulations to Rain. And to the wife as well, of course.
Got a double rotation down from FaZe. Twist and Brokey have positioned themselves down towards B. They're about to be tested here. G2 round the corner. Brokey spots the info. Twist unexpected, able to take 2 with him. And now Brokey will drop back to the site with some more assistance.
They've got the information, they've seen the bomb. 30 seconds might be a long time though. If JKS can find something. I think Hunter's very deliberately trying to make a lot of sound here. But now with only Hunter and JKS remaining, I don't know how much they can expect to get done.
You've got to assume the vents are covered, or maybe not. JKS wrapping heaven. Karrigan's actually in trouble here. He's in a sandwich. He's about to get taken down. Oh, JKS surely must have seen the man below. Finally comes back for the second. And all of a sudden, G2 have put this round back in the balance.
How has this happened? FaZe Clan on the back foot now. Robs with a defuse kit. JKS on the outside. And suddenly, Robs is alone.
All right, folks, back to the action. Big with the 3-round buffer. Spirit, though, gave us, I'd say, a little bit of hope towards the end. Squeezed one more onto the board. Patsi's up at 10 frags, and maybe it's going to be the CT side on their map pick that'll really convince us that Spirit have shown up to the start of the year to compete with the likes of Big. Because right now, Searson, Keto, Favin, those are 3 people outshining all of the Team Spirit players. And just tit for tat, fragger to fragger, coming up big. But that's just the start.
It is just the start. I think Spirit getting that last round, exposing a flaw finally in Big's game plan, waking up, and then taking advantage of upstairs where they found some of their success is a great thing. But 6 rounds. Ooh. Oh man, what a shot from Siren.
Okay. Pistols connecting to heads.
Oh
and
boy,
a
Siren.
Very fast flank. It's over, folks.
Wow.
A pistol looks real good for the side of Spirit.
And unfortunately for Big, as well as they played, they only got 9 rounds. That should have been a 12-round half, 12, 13 round. They got 9 opening kills. They didn't win the eco rounds. There was the half buys that worked upstairs on the site hits. So they gave up some freebies here, and they even had a pistol round.
You want a damning stat?
Yeah, sure.
Opening duels, Patsi, 0-7.
0-7, Patsi. Maui, what the hell, man?
Yeah, man, I really think he's going to be the best injury fragger of 2023.
If you like a player, make sure Maui never talks about them.
Unluckiest analyst in the world. Self-proclaimed. 0-7.
So as good as that half was, I think they actually didn't capitalize as hard as they needed to, maybe. We'll see. Spirit's CT side, it might be a bit better. I think they were definitely... We'll see about the rotations.
The Glock train. Gonna find 1 kill. Looking for the bomb plant, but not gonna happen. Wonderful. That's his 2nd long-range M4A1S headshot. And they found a player backside with the MP9. Favin's gonna catch 2 kills to the way of Big. And considering you come in with 5 Glocks, you take 2 frags.
Hopefully we can draw some comparisons to the CT rotations and talk about them. Definitely seeing some good CT halves from Spirit on Nuke. And Big are one of the laggier teams when it comes to that sometimes. So, okay. Full buy versus full buy. Mano-y-mano. Spirit looking to tie up. Tell us to all forget about how this game started.
Numerically, feels like they did enough. Even if some of those rounds were total shutouts. It's going to fall into the hands of Big.
See this Patsi immediately getting down the vent. It just covers 2 things. Just really love to see it, that's all. But by that same token, Big taking over Secret quickly.
Flashes come out towards ramp. magixx. Oh, can't get one, but Wonderful will. It's something to work with. Searson not able to follow around into hell, so they'll just go downstairs instead. We've already got players in position. That fast vent drop paying off. But Searson puts the barrel to the back of Patsi's head. They swarm through both doorways because numbers the advantage there for Big. And now Wonderful, with Siren still alive, stranded upstairs.
This is just a much better round, I want to say, from both teams. I like that, first of all, big initialize with taking over outside, getting secret control. And I like that Team Spirit start off with the vent drop and get Patsi. Look how dedicated to the site he gets, up into ramp. Very hard to think that he's going to be in that position, but they split so evenly that it's perfect to trade. So Big moved at a great tempo. They took a good amount of map control. They put pressure on Spirit. And I think where Spirit failed, it actually came down to the kills. magixx just can't buy a frag right now, unfortunately, having a really tough time. Had a good shot in the pistol, or maybe a couple, actually. But right there, even that one extra MP9 kill could have tipped the scales. And instead, Big will take 10. This has got me more excited for both teams, I think, in the second half. I wasn't really sure what to expect out of Big's T side on this map. Such a cutie.
I hope he's having fun.
Oh,
Even if he's getting wrecked.
Control. It's a thrifty buy here from Team Spirit.
It's not the best. Outside, just relying on Patsi tucked inside of Mini. Pressure out of Kimbo through. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alternative wall. Patsi have an angle, or is he just holding close? Little gap. If there's anything in front of red, what's Keto's move? Oh, this should be covered by it. No. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty
I
big.
thought that was just into the red wall, but
yeah,
nope.
It was actually expiring, too. Bit slow on this one.
Damn, that one's going to come back to haunt them.
Well, Tapson gets by, and they might forget about him.
And that smoke and Mini, that's going to keep Patsi pinned in the corner.
Ooh.
Tabson doesn't go deep enough.
By a hair.
So he could continue on this journey to potentially flank ramp because they have nobody up in heaven. They were relying on Patsi to make sure nobody split this. magixx again gets nothing. Favin doubles down. 2 headshots into the ramp room. Searson claps back on Chopper, and it all gets unraveled.
Wow.
Flawless out of Big.
This is a very good map from Big, man. That was 3 people in the ramp that they had to double up. Oh, holy
Smokes.
smokes. That's all the money gone. Again, a thrifty buy from Team Spirit. Now they have even less. Nothing, in fact. I got to be feeling good about that. That lurk from Tabson as well. Not only did he get by and know somebody was in Mini, but he kept tabs on the entire time through, walked across, and Patsi was waiting for him. He still hit the shot.
Yeah, when he didn't clear.
That's always the second part of this conversation we can't forget about with Spirit Men. Sometimes they don't look like the best team, but they have some of the most unreal aimers that we've seen in this game, and that gets them through, where sometimes the team element doesn't. And lately, last
Game's
week
just
or
not
so,
been there. Nope.
yeah,
Start of the year has not been what we expected in that regard. And it definitely doesn't help that magixx is down at the bottom of the board alongside Chopper. Chopper going to continue his spiral down to the lowest rated player in group stage at this moment. And his 5-13 score here will not help that cause. And that's a stark contrast to what he did in the play-in. You know, he was one of the key pieces to getting Spirit moving forward. When it was quiet out of Patsi and out of Wonderful, Chopper picked up that slack alongside magixx, alongside Siren. But there's been a tonal shift, and it's not for the better. Pistol's trying to keep him back. That won't help. It's a flood down into the B site. USP's in hand. Just going to get cleared every step of the way. Wonderful takes down Favin, and Patsi can lurk all he wants.
I think they called him. There was 2 down there. They said, perfect, let's go.
Let's get him.
Let's run through them. Made the most money on the MAC-10s. Patsi alone, USP. Gonna get creative.
Gets a single kill. That's the MAC-10 down. Keto stuffed it 2. 3 AKs move forward, and a 12-8 T-side has been established.
We'll have to do some shuffling here. Op gets dropped over to Wonderful. Nades are in. Got decent utility, down to a single incendiary, though. It's an opportunity to simply crush right here from Big. I think I just put tons of pressure on Squeaky. Get that off in a secret, you know, take that potential Keto lurk out of the picture, and then
go from there.
Go from there.
Triple nade to the backside, no damage. Siren gonna be happy that he was playing on the other side. And knowing that all those players were up on roof,
what a miss.
They try to press into Trophy. Favin attempts to keep it clean, clearing each corner every step of the way, but then Patsy's bested by Keto outside, and it's another round where Big are gonna come up man advantage. We get the press out from Mini, Chopper looking to stop them outside, but Keto has yet to overstep.
Damn, a minute mark. They've got the 4v3. They've got a player in Big Garage. magixx has picked up the op, which might create for some interesting timing here. And Keto can play it slow. He's like a loose player at the moment. Oh, that's free. And they punish the mistake. No gap found here for Chopper. Trying to save the day for his team. Big continue to be careful. And Keto still frozen in place. But honestly, they do want to start moving.
Siren's gonna have to go massive. Time boiling. Keto starting to creep outside. Bullets through the hut. If they heard that impact, could bode well. Oh, the flash from Searson finds Siren's eyes. magixx up top. Nothing he can offer to stop this, and so it's a nice long squeeze out of Big. They get exactly what they want. Cleared open A site. magixx will let him know where he is, and all he's going to do is try to hide. Big will find 13, no doubt.
They'll slowly approach on him, but don't think they'll take him out of this spot. Man,
that trophy push.
Yeah, that was such
a shot.
Yeah, it was such a good push. You know, you don't want to see a push lost to a whiffed flick like that. Wonderful knows he should have hit that, and even though magixx makes up for it, well, still, you're opper down.
They're coming for it. magixx hanging on for dear life. Ooh, he gets it. Saves. AWP offered over to Wonderful. He is going to have to hit shots. CT's not going to buy behind it, I don't think.
Maybe just evening out the money here? Not sure. A couple of nades being bought. It's not 14, so hopefully not. Half investment behind the op.
Just curbing the money. And Wonderful knows, man, that could have been a shot to connect.
Yeah, that's tough.
Looking like quick pressure already out through Squeaky. Big, they're going to crank the dial, fast tempo, and taps an instant headshot to just try and get through these ill-equipped CTs. Patsi met by another smoke. If he was just waiting to try and press out, Favin's going to take the wind out of those sails.
God damn.
And while Wonderful hunts outside, we've already got a player to test the side of red, plus Tabson top mini. So if they lose the op, man, that makes the follow-up round even harder.
A shot.
They know where it is.
Nice couple.
And it's finding its impact. They could go hunting. These T's, fat stacks of cash behind the cause, and sure enough, Wonderful already low. Shoot. Gonna put down the smoke and just try and hope to hang on.
Oh, he's got such low HP. That smoke's not gonna last forever, and they're coming for him.
Oh, there it is. Chopper, 5-7 kill. Can't reclaim any type of gun, so sure enough, Big, they get their 14th, and they knock out those guns.
Yeah, now there's still a buy. This is the half buy that came in, but the call is so strong. They hit upper in this situation when there's one op saved. It's a sound idea. Execution is flawless. The entries are there. There's no risk of losing as far as they're concerned. And Wonderful puts on the display, but only for the exits. On the up again. This will likely be his last chance.
At least he got those clean shots in the last round. It's just the round's already done with that A hit. Opts not to fire the AWP, and Searson Ooh.
Oh, man. And there's actually, yeah, okay, they've got one in lower here, Patsi. The initial drop.
Gotta see something stellar out of Patsi. We're talking about the star of Team Spirit. He who picked up so much slack upon Dexter's departure.
There's no easy rotation. They need to help magixx. Actually going to leave this spot. Wonderful takes over ramp so he can go downstairs. Maybe.
Trying to free up support. Patsi with the off angle from Sync. Could definitely catch one off. They're not ready for this. Not at all. 2 kills. 3!
Oh.
Patsi! There it is. A shining moment where all of a sudden you catch Big overthinking. Forgetting about the possibility of a player up close. Nobody was ready for that fight, and they just all feed themselves into the A4. So there is still life in this CT side.
Yeah, he really saved the day. Came up huge right there, and now everything else is a layup. Easy mistakes here for the rest of Big, and now there's no time. Ooh, they'll be kicking themselves. They didn't properly clear decon where they could have double swung it. It looked like Searson was about to search out this angle.
Just a lapse in caution.
Yeah, they thought he would fall back all the way, but it wasn't the case. So Patsi giving us something to cheer about here for Team Spirit. And at least they grabbed 9. It's very... Idea there from Big is sound. I mean, there's no one outside to stop them. There's actually no one in Big Garage, no one close red to even listen to them cross, so they get away with a ton. And it's actually Spirit sort of rotating blind. They didn't push into lobby control. They didn't take an aggressive move in ramp. So as far as they're concerned, there was no reason for Team Spirit to be worried about this, and Patsi was the only line of defense right there and then.
Big very quiet on this one. Patsi back to outside. They're waiting for the push. Expecting something aggressive. Smokes out, and Patsi denied any line of sight. There's an unknowingness now to the potential for the cross. We've seen what Big get up to, sometimes throwing bodies downstairs, and more often than not, getting themselves into garage, trying to compromise A via Heaven, via Mini.
It's so unclear exactly who has the advantage, but they're using Keto, it looks like, as that lurk again. Chopper has already made his rotation downstairs based on the information the smokes gave him on the cross. This does weaken upstairs sight. 20 seconds and they're out.
Man, here they come. Siren who's gonna have to deliver. 1 kill already. magixx off of Mustang. Patsi comes through. Searson's got the answer out from Squeaky, but it's a tough push for him to make with that op on his own. So it boils down to those final 20 seconds, and each individual up on that A site out of Spirit lay down the law.
Well, they had a reasonably good attack. They got the pressure off of Squeaky. That opens up some good angles, but the players upstairs deliver. Particularly Siren. Yes.
All of them. You know, that's a very important factor, I think.
Yeah, Chopper left them with that responsibility as he had to go check on downstairs. Again, respecting the utility from Big. So it's by no means a bad round from Big, apart from just not being able to frag upstairs. There's no molly backside either. They tried to come through very quietly instead of with a full exec. That could get counter-naded. But because of that, it was open lines for Siren. And the big mistake that you can make from back there that I think we've seen NPL actually struggle with a little bit is peeking wide enough when teams are scaling. If you try to play that backside and take a shallow angle and let them wrap on you, you're dead. But Siren, smartly goes out a little wider into that mini angle, and that's when people are clearing top HUD, clearing Mustang. And so he took him out very easily.
Nice round from magixx, 250 damage. Much needed after a very quiet half and uncharacteristic of him throughout this event. With life on the line. It's not the moment to go quiet. But a struggle that he is dealing with at the moment. Solved in round 23. Wonderful's ahead of main. Be a daunting task for Keto or anybody else outside to try and wrap around Silo. Patsi, not going to play outdoors, tucks in behind vent. Remember, this op is posted. Wonderful starting to consider the top roof play. 2 behind the box. Insta headshot from Keto.
It had to be instant. And it was.
And if Wonderful was still sat back in front of main, maybe that off angle catches them off guard, but the double swing out of Keto and the instant headshot, it's a great look for Big on the quest to secure 15. A peek from Chopper could be Big, but he missed his chance to strike him down.
But he sees 3, and Big, I think they start to adapt their game plan. He's readying the vent rotation. There's 2 upstairs. They've been alerted.
Where are they
Heaven
going?
control gets taken over. They're not worried about an op now.
magixx, he's sitting down in hell. Little smoke to try and help with the exit. Patsi straight down beneath them. Going to be a tough shot for multi-kills, but let's see what he can do. Blinded in the process. Stomped out by Keto. Siren, only one. And as magixx comes up, he gets barrel stuffed by Favin. Chopper's dead as he shoots the back of Searson, and Big with a masterful split into the A site.
Absolutely. That's the best word to use right there. It was the exact right option based on the kill on the op outside. Once they saw Chopper, they know that he's a squeaky player. Outside's a little bit lighter. His only rotation is back up the vent after not getting a kill, and they throw their utility perfectly. That paint can smoke comes out so quickly as they're throwing 2 mollies down and a perfect flash on Patsi, who could have caused disaster for them. You know he's a beast by himself in these situations, but full blind, he's useless. Too much pressure on Siren, and every other choke point covered.
Still a buy-in from Spirit. It's the final attempt, maybe, to hold off what has been a pretty diversified T-side out of Big.
Yeah, they're showing off a very deep playbook here. Haven't seen the same strat more than once. I think
Even when things work.
tried to establish that Keto lurk twice, but yeah, absolutely.
Keeping it very fresh, 2 steps ahead of Spirit. And definitely more than 2 steps ahead in the fragging department. It's only Crimbo who's quiet. We've seen moments out of some of Team Spirit's players, but we haven't seen stars.
We're already almost in a situation where Team Spirit can't win a retake. A lot of these rounds are decided before the bomb gets planted, but there puts added pressure on them to take opening duels. The only bits of utility are left on Wonderful now.
Man, it's going to have to be clean kills with guns in hand. 30 seconds. And the squeeze is about to happen. We've got op Searson and Favin's hands. He drops off top of Mini. That's Favin trying to scour this A site.
Ooh, Keto moves in at the perfect time. Oh, shot in from Favin.
Looking for the Heaven player now. There is one tucked behind blue, and that's Patsi, who comes in with the impact. Chopper kills Keto towards the ramp. Taps and wants the corner cleared. Patsi gives up his back. Crimbo, his chance to shine. 6 seconds. Grabs bomb, and it's a free plant front sight. Coverage up into Heaven, but that has to be turned towards main until the smoke goes down, and that attention turned right back. But with the smoke down for the moment, that's 2 CTs on the other side of it. Wonderful waiting to come in with the split, and he's going to have magixx by his side. So a 2-2 retake into the A site. Double ops here for Spirit. Searson's got the flash, and there's a frag on Wonderful. Flashbangs as well here for Chopper, starting to throw those out, indicative of the retake. Here it comes. The blinded op has to allow the CTs to press in. Time is of the essence. Crimbo's got a great angle to just stop these defuses. Got one already. They jump on top, but I don't think there's time. 16th for Big. 10 only for Spirit. And their map choice very quickly slips away.